Hello there, how's it? Ame Gakita. Alright, let's talk about two games that kind of got released around the same period of Black Moon Wukong that actually flood so badly that when you look at the amount of people who are playing the game, you'll be actually questioning like, that's called a triple A games? Well, apparently that is what they deem it as, or along the line of like how IGN give it a better score, just slightly lower than Black Myth Wukong, but well, actually technically 1 point under. But it's kind of interesting that when you actually look at the whole thing, there's a lot of people just say that yeah, definitely don't even deserve a 7 but a 0. So we are gonna talk about two games with basically Concord and Dustborn, both games that got released, and apparently because they claim it as a triple A game, which is basically a very good game, and turn out that when people start playing it, or some people who seen the gameplay of it, just gonna say nope. It doesn't matter whether is it because of work stuff or whatever stuff. It's just that when the game got released, people look at it, people just say no. It's that simple. So to the point it actually get way worse because it didn't even break beyond 1000. Something that Black Myth Wukong was able to get within like the first 24 hours. So Rev actually instantly did two different videos, one indicating about Dustborn and one indicating as Concord. So I do recommend you guys to check out his take if you guys want to know more about that. But in a way, when he actually put out humiliating game launch or game instantly fail, yeah, it really does say a lot. More when I say that when they have not even break 1000, right? They don't even break 100 per peak out like the peak concurrent player at once. Like it's just only like 60 plus player or 50 plus player, which I guess that's the actual modern audience. I mean, like when you think about it, right? Like if you only got like 60 modern audience playing the game versus 2 million actual gamer that is actually playing the game, yeah, that's not even like 0.01% or 1% or any percent anymore. So to all the game company, if you really want to know what and who is your actual audience, look carefully because it is like two game. One of the game even got so-called sponsored or being covered by the government of Europe. And you have to imagine like when you pay a tax to the government and the government use that same tax money to create a game that actually fudgerates so badly, you can just say that might as well just use it as a toilet paper and it's not even worth a toilet paper at this point of time. Because you have to understand, 40 bucks for a game that not only does it feel at launch, it's also like a game that don't even worth that amount. It just shows how much a lot of like those activities trying to say that, oh, the game is gonna success and there's a lot of modern audience. Now where are all your modern audience? I feel like it's more towards like a lot of modern audience that nowadays they claim are playing game don't even know what is a PC or a PlayStation or a Xbox, or at this point of time they just want to go and do whatever they want and live their life and not even touch game because to them they just think, oh, game is just for children. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are the same person who come up with that kind of thought, but again, that is my speculative thought. So take it with a few pins of salt if you need to. Throw the salt at the screen if you need to as well. So it's kind of funny that the game that actually got a lot of people questioning like how good is it really fun or not, but it's kind of like got a lot of people questioning about how the game is so bad that it has to be a joke, but as pointed out by Hilson, but again, it is not a joke. It is a game that got released, created by a game company, sponsored by the government, and catered for modern audience. And now the game just not even peaked at over 1000. It's just only around 600 something, and it just show how bad the people are thinking that, oh, there's gonna be an audience that's gonna have people playing the game that is gonna be whatsoever along the line. But because you have to understand, the game took 8 years, 8 effing years to create with funding from the government, and now you have the game media decided to step in and say that, oh, Concord is better than the hate that lead you to believe. And Mesh JT actually said, please buy the game, please buy. Well, I disagree. Mesh son, Sorry, but I think it's more towards that buy the game, please. I'm begging you. They are not asking you to do it, but there will probably a third person coming in and say, no, it's actually more towards buy the game. I order you to. But at this point of time, it's really like hard to say, because when you have a game that is so frustrating, so that bad, and people saying that, oh, it's a 7, deserving of 7. 7 for what? Lucky that you even managed to become a game along the line. Dude, it's really kind of like show how bad game media nowadays are. It's already proven. It's like previously I'm giving them the benefit of doubt in my previous video. Go and check them out if you need to. But the thing is, right, initially I kind of like give them the benefit of doubt, like saying that maybe we can give them a benefit of doubt, and then it didn't take long before they take that chance to shoot themselves in the feet, because it just shows how crazy they can be. So the thing is, right, if IGN actually give Dustborn a score of 3, right, I would actually give them the benefit of doubt. But the moment they give a 7, they just tell everyone, hey, don't believe us because we love to create a lot of false news along the line. At this point of time, game media, more like game tabloid. But who knows? I mean, like, it's really just show how crazy a lot of game media are. And it's not just IGN, Kotaku, it's actually spreading to more other game media right now. It's getting more and more ridiculous if you guys actually think about it. So, all in all, I would definitely say that if anyone else, like, is the game considered a success or a failure on the Western side, it's actually not because it's a Western game that is a failure. It's actually because more towards that when you have developer who is going against gamer, even to the point of saying that you are just a talented F along the line. Yeah, if you say I'm a talented F, then I guess I won't be playing the game, because I'm not talented to play the game at that point of time. So obviously I'm not gonna play the game, and when I'm not gonna play the game, I'm not gonna buy the game. Easy as that. So it's really kind of show how much out of touch some of the dev are, as well as that also at the same time when you think about it, right, when you include stuff that apparently copied from GTA, there are actually source indicating with evidence that there are similar part of the game that has, like, one of the game have copy paste from other game, popular game like GTA, or some of the things that's similar to some other stuff. It's like, dude, I know a lot of people go along and say that Black Myth Wukong is similar to God of War, but Charlie did a video himself indicating that yes, there is similarity in it, but it's not what a God of War. It's just a stand alone with similarity to a game. It's always part of, like, if you see a reference of something similar from a past game, I think that's fair to say. But if you copy paste every single thing from the past game to that is of another studio into your current game, yeah, that's kind of make you questioning, like, what the hell are they thinking? So it's really kind of like showing how crazy a lot of things are, and more so like Concord, a first shooting game, actually kind of like got a lot of characters that don't even look good. I'm not saying, like, dude, if people like it, they want to go for it, by all means go ahead. But the thing is, right, when all your character is so diverse and not inclusive of normal human being, it just shows how out of touch they are. They just want to add all the fat lady, ugly lady, or Asian man, whatever you want to call it, like all of them, they just want to include those things, but not white man or woman. Or best, let me put it this way, they don't want to include handsome man or pretty lady. So at this point of time, it's just so obvious who their target audience are, because the moment they add a little bit of that, they will say, oh, this is not DI, this was not whatsoever. But the funny thing is that when you think about it, it just shows how crazy they are, because the whole audio is just trying to indicating that they are just trying to inclusive of things that is not nice. It's really like, at this point of time, they just want to include all the things and trying to brainwash current modern player, thinking that, hey, this sort of thing is actually the norm, but it's actually not the norm. There are good looking guys, good looking girls. It's just that they never been to the beach. Can't blame them. And even if they went to the beach, they would just say that, oh, they would just deny all the lady that look better than them along the line. Who knows? I mean, like, that's what it seems to me. But it's actually more so that it's actually when you think about it, right? Earlier when I mentioned, like, game journalists trying to, like, praise the game that failed so badly, and now the one thing is that what a lot of people may not be aware of, well, actually more like majority of people is aware now, is that game journalists is trying to defame Black Myth Wukong. And when you think about it, I actually say that a lot of game media that is trying to like write story or whatever against the game company or the game itself. In a way, right, I do agree with Andrew Sun from Legal Mindset. Is that when the way he said that when he put up a deframe, a freaking lawyer can put you, if he used the word deframe, right, it really proved one of my point that I say back in the time when I say that it seems like a lot of game media is trying to deframe the company or the game itself, and if they decided to sue back, it can be done. So if it does seem to be that way, it seems like game media and game journalists need to be very careful, because if they do get slapped with a slap stick that hate so much, or a cease and desist, or with a defamation suit case, yeah, it can be done by the game company in China, because the way a lot of damning evidence and article being put up by the game media right now is really damning. It's like there are actual people who believe the article, even though not much, I mean like just a few. But when you think about it, right, in the way they do deframe the company and the game, the way they do go and diminish the thing, and it is not a one-time deal, it's a continuous deal by a lot of game media. So in a way, if game sites decided to sue them, it can be done. It's just that when it's done, a lot of game media will start playing that they are the victim, they have been slapped with the law, so they are trying to cater all the people to support them because they got slapped with this. But in a way, I think that if they do get slapped, they better get slapped, because at this point of time, that is the name they give the slap. The so-called slap name is SLAPP. I don't know what they call it, but hey, if they do get slapped, I don't mind. The only thing is, right, when you have all this article indicating that they are trying to say the game is not good or whatever, it's really just show how out of touch a lot of those company are. It's crazy, but then again, it is true, and it has been put out, and it's just crazy how this sort of thing can happen. And more that when you look about some of the game dev or say game media starting to talk badly about it, it's actually before, it won't be long before even one of the media decided, or one of the so-called article writer decided to go full mask off and tell the whole world that the person is just a racist person. Like, dude, I don't understand why, but this same person actually go and say that don't play the game, as well as that if you must private the game. Like, dude, the world government is trying to stop piracy, and yet this one game journal decided to say, hey, if you want it, you go and make private the game along the line. Dude, I am totally speechless about how idiotic that comment is, because if that is true, this is going against the government law on fighting piracy that is all over the world. Like, all over the world, a lot of people want to fight against piracy. Like, they don't want piracy, even though it is a thing. But yet this person said, no, you should go and make it a thing. It's like, what? And also, this is the same person who actually is a racist against white. Again, although you can be racist against white, some people say that you can't be a racist against white, so I don't know. But apparently, even if the person is a dog lover, I don't care, because you can be a dog lover, but you can be a effing racist at this point of time, and this person don't even deserve any sympathy if he do get himself or herself in trouble, because it just shows how crazy people are. And I mean, like, dude, if you really want to write an article, make sure at least at this point of time it's article praising the game, and at least calling out article. It's just that they became so uncredible, so pathetic, so idiotic, so stupid, to the point that no one will hear the thing that I say from my mouth all the time, and my mom just going to cook some fried rice apparently, because she just shout over the food. Okay, so in regards, right, when you think about the whole situation, it's all back to DEI. It's all back to the situation of DEI, and it's just a lot of gamers doesn't want DEI in the thing. It's like, no, they don't want it. They don't want to have it to be a thing. They just want to move on and let it be nothing. But apparently, even though they do, like, they don't want it to be a thing, the gamers on the gamer side, it's just that game company or game journalists want it to be a thing, and to the point that they feel like, hey, maybe it's let's don't call it DI. They're trying to like sneakily I'm not sure how true this article this letter is, but if they are right now trying to indicating they are trying to rename and or rebrand DI and make it that, oh, they're gonna make it inclusive grow, yeah, is that definitely trying that. They are just trying to indicate and also they are not trying hard to hide enough, because the thing is, right, it's very obvious when the game got released, when the game trailer was not, it just show how easy that people can look at it. Like, a lot of people don't buy the game because of the game trailer, and even if there's people who play the game, people can look at the gameplay of others, and just one look people will understand how DEI or IG, if they want to call it nowadays, about how idiotic that thing are. Because when you think about it, it's just so damn obvious if there's those sort of things. Like, dude, just move on. Don't try to hide. Because the moment you try to hide, people will learn about it. People will go back to say that even if the game media give you a 7 or whatever, people will not like the game. People will go and make fun of the game. People will not even buy the game as all. So the thing is, right, it's just crazy about how a lot of a lot of people think that will succeed just became a whole new failure. More so if one of the game is actually so-called sponsored or paid by the government, and one of them actually take what, eight freaking years. Like, dude, you're telling me that this game was actually in development from 2016? That's insane. Like, normally, like, what? How much money have they been pouring into this game just to make, and it doesn't even break beyond 1,000? Yeah, that is a huge fraud if I ever seen one at this point of time. So, all my final advice to all the game media, to all the game company, if you are a person who work in the company, or a journalist who work in the in the media company, and your company want you to add DI to it, just come out and talk about it. Because the one thing is, right, when a company decide to say that we are not going to, like, it's not hard, okay? The moment you start deciding that the video game developer will not give in to the utmost extortionist and blackmailing pressure of a political propaganda, if you go, basically at this point of time, you just say that, oh, I'm not going to include DI, we are going to remove a lot of DI whatsoever, we're going to make the game with pretty ladies, sexy looking guys, and make it a thing along the line. Yeah, the number of players will increase instead. Even if those people make a lot of noise that they are going to boycott the game or whatsoever. Because I can tell you one thing. Look at MiHoYo. Look at HoYoverse. Look at Genshin Impact. They make the game character not too dark because it's a fictional character. The game is a world of fiction. People make demand that the character must be black, even though the character is not from Africa, but is from some other places. And yet people always think that they are right, only to realize that when they say they want to boycott, yeah, it's no longer a boycott. It's just a whole new hoo-ha of a protest that they just make no leeway. So at this point of time, it just show how stupid and joke people are. More so on the Western side. I'm not saying all of them, but it seems like there is a group of them. So best not to cater those kind of so-called modern audience. Just look at the bigger picture. Look at the actual gamers. Look at the actual audience. They are the one you are looking out for, and write a good honest article, because the moment you start writing article, people will know where and who you are, and people will find out. And when that actually happen, do understand this phrase: glass is like the trust, just like a trust is like a glass. The moment you break it, it's never gonna stay the same when you put it back. So the thing is, right, at this, if you agree or disagree on that point or any of the point, do you think that game media should really get rid of all the DEI inside their management or whatsoever along the line? Write in the comment below, we can discuss it further. But do take note that whatever I say today can be in my speculative thought. It's just a random chat. So if you want to throw the sword at the screen, if you need to by now, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But again, if you do like this video, press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes never makes sense or sometimes just never even follow a single trend. But who knows? I feel like I've been rotating about VTuber and game at this point of time. But the one thing I can definitely not rotate is I hope you guys have a better day and night. Bye!